Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great. Happy Monday. I hope that you guys had a nice weekend. And is there something super important about that part? A nice weekend? You're hoping people took care of themselves this weekend, man? Um, or are you meowing because I wasn't home this weekend and you missed me? But anywho, like I said, I hope you guys are doing great and that the week has been treating you well so far. Um, and yeah, for those of you as you start trickling in, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. Hit that like button and subscribe. All those things are super helpful. And also hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm on, so that you could be in touch with people like one of my listeners over here, one of my sisters. For some reason, I got kicked out. But yes, intuitive interactions. Check out my girl over here. Check out Buki, okay? She's awesome. She's amazing. Definitely check her out. You will not be disappointed at all. Um, but yeah, you know, hopefully if you're new, you'll hit that subscribe button. And for those of you who have already been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. I greatly appreciate you guys. Like I said, I hope that you guys have been having a nice Monday. I hope that the weekend was nice, all that good stuff. So with all that said, um, this reading is a collective message, and this message is going to be basically a 2-for-1 deal, guys. You get to watch 2 readings in one. This is going to be um, looking into the post blue moon energy because I was way too tired after I got off of work yesterday, and I really had the intentions of doing it, and I was like, nope, I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. um, one second, guys. I had meant to do something earlier and I forgot. Of course. Just gonna grab my computer for 1 second. Sometimes I like to give like a synopsis of what different, like when we're talking about moon cycles and stuff. My computer should be fully charged. Sometimes I like to give like a quick little synopsis of what the moon's different moon phases and stuff represent. Like I said, my computer should be alive. I definitely just charged it the other day. Yeah, it's fully charged. It took longer than expected to turn back on. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. It's 5:05 right now. All right, so like I was about to try to say, the 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 blue moon, if I understand correctly, it's a moon that happens. It's the second full moon that happens like um in a month. So we had 2 full moons that had happened. 1 second, guys. I don't need your dumbass on my page. Goodbye. Um, but yes, so a blue moon is like when there's 2 full moons in 1 month, which is why they call it like when you say stuff like once in the blue, that type of thing. That's where that idiom comes from. It's basically saying something that doesn't happen often. It's very rare that it does occur. So according to this quick little Google search, because I wanted to give you guys this little quick tidbit as well. This particular moon phase is going to be representing the fact that there's going to be amplified opportunity for deep mental decluttering, letting go of outdated routines, and resetting personal goals. Which, you know, it's kind of your kind of generic, what that's what a full moon represents anyway. But the fact that we had 2 full moons in 1 month is why it's so important. So I do like to do readings on like the full moons and the new moons, and I typically like to use. I'm a little annoyed about this particular playlist because some songs are louder than others. So my apologies for that. But yes, I usually like to start these kind of readings off with the Moonology deck. I just feel like it's pretty fitting. So we're gonna get into that and see what is going on, what you guys need to know. I'll pull a few from here, and then we're gonna look into some other stuff as well as we go along. All right, one moment, lovies. All right, so I split the deck. We have nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon, along with step out of your comfort zone, north node. So it's kind of giving, and this is just like me splitting the deck right now. Well, the energy I'm picking up on so far for this this past moon cycle that we're still feeling the different energy from. There could have been something that you kind of was stuck on for a long time, whether it was a person, a situation, a job, whatever the case. Everybody's situation is going to be different, so take the messages as they resonate. But you're kind of following where you're being guided in the process. Hey, Jean, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for being here. Yeah, so stepping out of your comfort zone, right? Going, in a direction that might be different. I heard the word limitation, so you might have felt limited in a certain area of your life, something that you're dealing with. This is something that you realized there was nothing that was going to change. You had to be that change is kind of what I'm getting. And it took some time for you to get to that point because of the fact that you had to kind of step out of your comfort zone. Knowing what your north node is kind of helpful too. I am a north node Taurus. So if you guys know what your north node is, you can say it in the comment section if you'd like. Alright, so let's get about 3 cards from here. Just get this reading kind of started, right? It's funny because I was contemplating on whether or not I needed to turn my air conditioner on, and if I was going to turn it on, what level. I turned it up as high as it goes because I was like, I just have a feeling I get hot. I was like super comfortable when I came home. Not hot, not cold, just perfect. And I was like, as soon as I start reading, I know I'm going to be hot. So, so we have, oh, look at you guys. Back to back saying you're both Leo North Nodes. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's not really that bad here either. Like, it's actually pretty comfortable, but for whatever reason, like, once I start reading, I always get hot. So it's, like, kind of weird. I don't know why. We have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer is here on the bottom. A time for healing. Balsamic moon on the top. Maybe this is something involving close people to you, like your family. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo, as you guys were just talking about being Leo North nodes. Very interesting. I just heard brushing shoulders. I wonder if some of you guys were having issues with family. And I'd heard tongue-in-cheek, so maybe like sarcastic remarks or something like that being thrown around, throwing shade, that kind of thing. Let me know if that's making any sense. Oh yeah, you are all the way down there. Yeah, up in Connecticut, like today was like a nice day. It wasn't too bad. It was only in the 60s, so like the kiddos when they went out on the playground, they were comfortable. Not, dying of thirst by the time they came back into the building. Thank God we have air conditioning, because some places in Connecticut of all places, right? That's where all the, not be funny guys, that's where all the rich white people live. There are schools in the burbs that don't have air conditioning. I'm like, the fuck? Like, I understand it in the hood, but even then the rich schools, they don't got no damn air. Y'all wild. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. Connecticut. My school has air conditioning, but that's a different story. Because I wouldn't be able to do that otherwise. Hell fucking no. But anyway, look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius is here. Alright, so I'm definitely getting something with like family. There was something with family. And now you're kind of you're trying to rise above the situation, realizing, okay, you know what, people ain't gonna change. This is what I'm picking up on. People aren't gonna change. They're gonna continue to be who they are. The only way that I can see change really happening is if I'm the one to make the change happen. So sometimes you have to distance yourself, is what I just picked up on. I'm sure we're gonna see more as we go along. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio is, Scorpio is a water sign, so that's a lot of emotion involved too. Like, we saw a Cancer card that showed up too. So it's like, you know, whatever the situation is for you guys, this has been bringing about like negative emotions, I heard stirring the pot, stirring up those negative emotions that you don't want to deal with. Um, which makes it one of those things it makes it even that much more complex, right? Because your emotions are involved. When it's like, if this is like a family matter, because it does seem like that's basically kind of presented, or just somebody super close to you, who you really care deeply about. Like, when you have to release. You can't stay stuck there, right? You have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. It's like if you stay stuck in your circumstances dealing with the same shit, every day, like, is anything going to actually come of that, right? Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon here on the top. Hold your vision, fixed moon here in the middle. I'm getting like standing your ground, like you know that you have to do certain things, and even if these things are hard to, do, moving on from certain people or situations is hard to do, to care about it so deeply, it's still something that needs to be done in order for you to, move forward. Bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. The Aquarius is what they call the water carrier. It's ironic because, Aquarius, aqua, right? Water. Like, they're technically an air sign, but there's still a really strong level of emotion involved within Aquarius, too. Um, so I'm kind of getting, like, as you pour back into yourself a little bit more when it comes to that love that maybe, that's what I'm getting, that you've been putting out there towards other people and whatever the situation is. Once you start to pour that love into yourself, it's like it's going to come back tenfold. You know what's funny? I don't, like, it's funny because, like, I'm not even going to use these cards for this part of the reading, but this card, I found it under my my altar before I started this reading, and it says boomerang, and I'm talking about, like, kind of like that, exchange back and forth, and it says a repeating process, returning, starting over, right? So it's like, it's kind of giving me that for some reason, so I felt like sharing that. It's right here on the bottom. But it could have been a process that was being repeated over and over, and it's like, now it's like, okay, this is a new process, pouring back and forth. If somebody is not pouring into you the same way that you pour into them, you're like, let me know if any of this is making sense, guys. Yeah, because we have communication is key. New moon in Gemini here on the bottom, along with prosperity lies ahead is here again, new moon in Taurus, and balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. More water energy, by the way. So yeah, definitely just a lot of emotion involved is what I'm picking up on. The next deck I'm going to pull from for the blue moon part of this reading is the Gateway of Light activation, which I really love this deck because it's just a great deck, one, and two, because my soully gifted these to me. So my soully is my girl, Phoenix Priestess. She gave these to me. She was like, here, have them. I'm like, really? And I love these. I always feel drawn to these whenever I do like these like moon phase type of readings. For some reason, I don't know why. I just feel like they kind of complement each other really well. So I tend to use these. All of a sudden, I got super hungry. I didn't really eat much today. All I had was a couple of slices of veggie pizza. Um, I have food here, so once I'm done with you lovely individuals, I'll probably wait a little while before I eat because I don't like to eat too early, but I don't like to eat too late. So we shall see. All right, let's see. So bottom of the deck here we have Gaia Gateway Activation. Learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. It's kind of giving, like, as you guys work on this sense of getting grounded a little bit more and, focusing on the things that you've been learning, it allows for you to take, especially like with that card we saw a little while ago, said balancing practicality and spirituality, is kind of giving me this energy of like learning how to balance those in a way. Taking the experiences that you've been through and applying them in a way that actually matters. Yeah. I saw like a little owl in my head. There's no owl or anything on this card at all, but it gave me like that like old wise one kind of energy, little owl. Some of you guys might like owls. Somebody might have a tattoo of an owl. Let me know if that resonates. We have Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. So with that one, what I'm picking up on is you guys might have a voice that's meant to, help heal other people. I'm getting something like that, whether it's through music, poetry, or just the way you speak life into other people. The other part of that message that I'm picking up on also is the fact that some of you guys might be being called right now to rely more on source, and the way you rely on source is through actually asking for help. Um, so whatever you believe in, right? Being able to be open enough to tune into that. I heard the word channel. Turn into that channel when it comes to how you communicate with the Most High, whatever that is to you. Yeah. In a little while, I might give you guys like a little story that I just had today, which I thought was kind of interesting because it kind of gave that a segue to just what we were talking about. But I'll talk about that in a second. Let me just pull these other cards. Stellar Gateway Activation says infinite potential and manifestation vortex. Here in the middle of the deck. So, again, that energy of, as I'm getting like, asking you shall receive. It's like, as long as you're doing the work, I do feel spirit, whatever you believe in, source. They're willing to help us. I'm not saying give things to us on our lap like on a silver platter, but I'm getting more like, okay, when life be life, and right, we go through things, and sometimes we need a little bit of extra support and help, and being able to say, okay, source, I need help, I need direction here. It's not to say, ooh, God, I want $1 million, and it's just gonna land on your lap. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Not even remotely close. But when when you've exhausted a lot of options and you're really feeling a little bit lost and not really sure where you're headed, being able to say, God, whatever you believe, ancestors, the universe, whatever, I need guidance here. Can you help guide me in the right direction? I'm getting something like that. All right, so let's get like 3 cards from here. Merkaba activation, transcendence, ascension. You are rising up. Rise up. So wow, as I'm jokingly singing like this beautiful song that I sounded terrible singing it, rise up. I think it's Andra O'Day or something like that. Or Day. I forget her name, but it's a really pretty song. But I was just joking. All of a sudden, like the sun just started like coming through here. It was like super dark. It's supposed to rain a little bit. But yeah, ascending, rising up. I do not have my glasses on. I cannot see. Appalachian girl. Hi, how are you? So you're a Leo. Hello, Leo. I am Sagittarius. Um, But yes, you guys are coming up, and I like that because, like, we do have this, like, this rising above circumstances, seeing things differently, and as you learn how to kind of understand the importance of releasing the negativity, even when it's people that you care about. That's always the hard part because when you really have your emotions tied into the circumstances, it makes it that much more difficult, right? Mm. On the bottom of the deck, we have ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. Even sometimes setting boundaries with your own family, right? It's hard. Nobody wants to do that, you know? But if I'm getting like, I'm really picking up on family a lot in this reading. I'm pretty good for the most part. For this to be a Monday, usually Mondays I'm like, ugh. But today, the kids were, when I say the kids, I work with kids at my job. And, it's the end of the school year and we're all just like, I think the kids are tired, the teachers are tired. We're just like, I just want the school year to be done. But today wasn't bad. you know? I just, I gave the look a few times and they were like, oh, Michelle ain't playing with me. So, like, okay, let me do my work. Let me do what I was told to do. Because I don't yell at them. I just look at them. I'm like, and then, one of my students, I won't say his actual name, but I'll say Richard. Richard, he'll look at me and he'll be like, Michelle, why you look at me like that? And I'm like, Richard, you know why. What were you doing? And then he'll be like, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, Can you get me, what did he say? Oh, can you give me some of the Ocean Spray cranberry watermelon juice? I'm like, oh my God, I can't with you. Please, if I do my best pleasy face from fucking Bluey, I'm just like, you know what? I can't. They're so cute though, my babies. Top of the deck, we have Venusian Galactic Council. Starbeam guides, answer the call, and time to shine. It's my time to shine. It's my time to shine. I don't know why I'm picking up on somebody who's either a babysitter, a nanny. This seems so specific. This is not going to be for everybody. Um, Babysitter, nanny, or somebody who has young kids, or a teacher. But somebody who, like, they really know all of the, like, little cute little programs and stuff on, like, YouTube and everywhere, and use them as, like, teaching guides and stuff. And so I just picked up on Storybots, and I love Storybots. It's so cute because everything's like a song, but it's also informative at the same time, and the kids like it. And like this past theme that we just worked on was the solar system, and like they retained so, like we did Jeopardy, like Space Jeopardy, and like the fact that they retained so much information. I'm like, oh my God, look at this! Like they really learned so much. You're asking what grade I teach. I work with kids with special needs, so like they don't have like an actual grade in my room. They vary, but the ages currently I'm working with kids between the ages of 8 and 11. And they're considered like stage 3 in my classroom. So like some of them are very close to grade level while some of them have more deficits, but they mesh really well together as a collective. So yeah, but they've been learning so much this school year, and it's so cool like to see like how much information they retain. So I don't know why I picked up on that though. I'm getting somebody might really like if you don't work with kids or something like that, or have young kids yourself, maybe just really like kids and maybe have like an animated personality. I'm picking up on something like that. Let me know if that resonates for any of you. Middle of the deck, we have Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, and self-expression. We just talked about something about the voice. Like, some of you guys might like to sing or something like that, or just something about your voice, the way that you speak. Like you are able to provide people with a lot of again, like healing energy or something through your voice. Like you might have like a soothing voice or something like that, or just the things that you're able to say. It brings people a lot of light is what I'm picking up on. Let me know if that resonates. But it feels really positive, whatever it is. Let's get a couple more from here. I don't want to drag it out too much because I'm trying to make sure, because I'm doing 2 readings in one today. So I'm doing like the blue moon reading, but then I'm going to do a little forecast of what you might want might expect for the month of June as well. So we have another card about karmic release. Chamber of Violent Flame. That's a big deal. Um, hey sis, what's up, my girl? Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, where you sure never know what you're gonna get. Check her out. That is my sister. Love her so deeply. And I'm happy she's here. And it's funny because as soon as I saw this, I didn't even know you were in here. But when I saw this card, I thought about you because we talk about the violet flame all the time. But yes, karmic release and radical transformation. We talk about that energy often, and the fact that as soon as I saw that card came up, I'm like, damn, look at that. So there's something about that connection. I'm telling you, me and my girl, we are always locked in some kind of way. We either think about each other and then boom, the other person pops up or something like that, or we're reading at the same exact time. It's always something along those lines. So I am very grateful to be in her presence. So you guys definitely check her out. And I mentioned her earlier, but make sure you scroll up and check out Intuitive Interactions, her channel too. Chef's Kiss. These are people who I look to for guidance. So, I'm just saying, I like to help guide you guys and everything. Go to them, you're all set. You got a lot of amazing people, not just regular old readers either, like not regular schmegular readers, like people who really care about, like, it's not about the money. My girls don't even charge. They just do it because, like, like I don't charge on here, but like if you wanted a reading, charge at a practical price. Just saying. But I love what I do on here, with the free readings and stuff like that, and I do free readings on here sometimes too. I want to get into it a little bit more. It's just about the energy part for me. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, nonetheless, I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I see somebody. I don't think I've ever seen your name before. Kinji. I hope I said your name right. Bottom of the deck, we have solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra. Okay, so that's talking about like your right here, at the pit of your tummy. Inner fire and willpower. Giving a little bit of Leo energy right there. We did pick up on Leo earlier. Seraphim's gateway is here again, talking about that voice, right? I was talking about that voice activation, and that's the truth because we got sort of light. Says divine protection, cut cords, and breakthrough energy. You know what's funny? The other day, I wasn't feeling all that great, and I said to myself, I was like, damn, like my body just felt so beaten down, like, and I couldn't put my finger on what I was feeling because like I didn't eat any like bad food or anything like that. I didn't like I thought I did pretty good with my water intake and stuff like that. I'm like, why do I feel like absolute crap? And the thing is, I woke up today feeling absolutely like nothing ever happened. And I'm just like, this is so weird. But and last week I had a migraine two days last week. 2 days. And I'm just like, could this be an activation of some sort? So let me know in the comments. Have you guys been having physical ailments that have, been really like, what the hell? Like, where is this coming from? Just kind of feeling like it's like coming out of nowhere. Let's get one more from your spirit. Just kind of feeling like it's coming out of nowhere. Like you don't know. Like kind of hits you from left field. Like everything's fine. And all of a sudden, boom. Feel like you got hit by a goddamn truck. you know? Your body just like feels so depleted. Anunnaki light codes. Energetic shift, new information, and end of a cycle. I mean, shit. I would say that kind of lines up with what we're trying to say, especially with like we have more than one card that talked about like karmic release. Now we have like that transformation energy too, endings of cycles, which lines up a lot with what full moon energy represents, right? We had like our quick little synopsis of what a blue moon energy looks like and what it means. So yeah, there could be like this energetic shift, and maybe as you're kind of in a sense upgrading, right? You're picking up on all this different stuff, and your body's like tweaking a little bit, like What is all of this? Does not compute. um, Again, something like that. We have star gathering. It says stars aligned, remembering home and soul family. So your soul tribe, the people that you really are in line with. Thoth light codes initiate. Sorry, light. Okay, hold on. Okay, I just wanted to see something real quick. Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. Interesting. Tapping into your magic. And remember I was saying something about like how you use your voice maybe to help other people. There's something about this card right now that's really standing out to me. Now I mentioned like this is not an owl obviously, but I did mention an owl earlier, and I was picking up on an owl, which is about wisdom. And I'm looking at this card, and I'm like, great teachers. What do great teachers have? Wisdom, right? New information. And this card is here again, Sword of Light. That's the truth. Cutting cords and breakthrough energy. Interesting. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull maybe two from the energy oracle, and then we're gonna look into the forecast for June. See what comes up. Again, I hope that this message is resonating with you guys so far, because like quick synopsis for those who came a little bit later. Um, the energy that we mostly were picking up on is this energy of maybe something when it comes to like something really emotional, possibly with family and or close friends, that kind of energy. Nonetheless, something that is really, really close to the heart, and trying to like figure out like, okay, well, I need that sense of balance within whatever this is. If I start feeling like I'm overextending and I'm pouring out too much, I need to figure out how do I kind of dial that back, because I need to be able to pour into me. Um, yeah, so as you're learning how to release anything that no longer serves you, right? And looking at the bigger picture here, it allows for you to be able to kind of allow for these more positive things to come in. And in that process, you're also experiencing some senses of like transformation as you're ending cycles too, is what we've kind of been picking up on, seeing things from a different point of view, like the bird's eye view of like the whole big picture versus, you know, I know my girl, she says it sometimes like that like, can you see the forest from the trees? You know what I mean? Like, can you see the whole thing? Or are you stuck only in this little section? Can you see the whole picture? And a lot of times we can't when we're stuck in our circumstances. So that's what I'm kind of picking up on right now. Let me know if that resonates at all. All right, so listen, like I said, we're gonna get maybe 2 to 3 cards from this deck just to get a little bit more energy. No pun intended, for the blue moon that we just had. We have appreciation. So maybe some of you guys haven't felt appreciated, is what I'm picking up on. And you're learning how to say, well, I need to, fuck it, I have to at least learn how to appreciate myself in the process. There's 6 people and 6 likes, and the number on here is 15. Number 6. 6 is about balance. We have patience here on the top. Middle of the deck, the sun, but it's in the reverse. We want to turn that this way, right? We want to be happy. I'm going to say we because I resonate with that. When you're constantly, overextending and people are not people are not appreciative. People in your community, whether it's friends, family, like I said, somebody who's near and dear to your heart. These are people who you really care about. Yeah, because this is you, woman holding the heart, somebody who really, really cares. Definitely getting a lot of like water sign energy, and we picked up on that earlier. We talked about that. Picking up on that a little bit more now. But learning how to maybe distance oneself, the journey, and it's a part of the journey, right? Being able to say, okay, well, I have to kind of choose me right now. And people who actually value me the same way that I'm working on valuing myself is what I just picked up on. You know, there could be a really strong attachment to some of these people, right? Tell us more. Victory, and you are victorious. You're victorious in all of this, and it's like, you know, as you're, why did I say yeah? I can't even repeat what I said because that's not how I even speak. I had like a little English accent for a second. How did that come from? But yeah, like you're, again, with that sense of, you know, feeling a greater feeling of appreciation, right? Recognition for what you do. You know, sometimes, you know, it starts within. You know, being able to say, I recognize this within me. And other people might not always recognize it, and it's perfectly okay. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck them. Because you know what? That path is being lit up regardless. And I talked about this earlier too. You know, source. Source lighting up the way for you as you move along on your path. Yeah. There will be disappointments. You're probably already going through it right now. Those disappointments that come along because, again, you're a loving individual. You really care about people. And the fact that, you know, sometimes you can't take people with you along on your journey, and it's okay. You know, they might have already served their purpose and what they're, you know, whatever they were meant to serve. It might have, you know, I'm getting like TikTok, TikTok. um, you know, perhaps, you know, time's up. Um, they might not be able to come with you on this part of the journey. Let's get one more. Oh, I said one. I didn't say all these. Spirit. um, let's just see what cards are here. Do I feel connected to them enough to? I mean, some of these cards did already show up. So, oof. Yeah, they're letting you know that there is. I'm gonna put these back, but they are saying that there's a person that you're attached to who is trying to fuck up your groove. They might even make you feel less confident about yourself with, like, remember I said backhanded compliments or something like that earlier, didn't I? I said something about backhanded compliments, and I also mentioned like, damn, how did I word it? I said something about like, damn it, I forgot how I worded it. It was like way early in the reading, but I was picking up on an energy of people who, you know, always just got something to say. I said tongue in cheek. Yeah, yeah. I was like I was getting tongue in cheek kind of vibes. People who kind of make a little shady little that's what it was. Throwing shade, but acting like, oh no, I was complimenting you, but they weren't really complimenting you. Like I was picking up on something like that, and it's giving me that energy again. They want you to distance yourself from that person. I feel like you've been patient enough with this person. They're like, we got the storm warning card here. Like something's about to happen. Shit's about to hit the fan with that person. Yeah, they're envious of you. Yeah, fuck that. No, thank you. But I'm not gonna take all of those and put them on the spread. We're just gonna take one more card. I just felt like looking at them just to get a synopsis maybe of what they wanted to say with all those cards that were about to try to come out. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of cards. But we're spilling some spiritual tea apparently. Hey, Veronica, what's up? Another one of my sisters in the motherfucking building. Check her out too, guys. I love y'all. You guys are the best. Check her out, guys. Like I said, we got some amazing readers that have been popping in. And these are people who I absolutely love. who I go to for help and guidance. So if you're digging this vibe, you're definitely gonna enjoy them as well. So definitely check them out. Definitely. So like I said, we have I Inspired Tarot, we have Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, we have Intuitive Interactions, and she's not here yet, but I have a feeling she's gonna pop in at some point. um, Phoenix Priestess. So like these are people who, like I said, I absolutely love and adore, hold them very, very close and dear to my heart. So just saying, I trust them as so should. All right, so we have the Sun card that came out in the reverse again. You know, we saw that energy show up. I was like, I was hoping that that card would like spun out, you know, the other way, but it's like, if people are not wishing happiness and stuff for you, then why the fuck are they in your life? They don't need to be there. And you might have to give them a little bit of a cuss out. With this throat energy here. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel here. Throat chakra. We talked about throat chakra several times throughout this reading. Contract. This person could be like a karmic or something. And trust me, even family could be karmics. Just saying. It's one of those things we don't want to believe it, but it's true. And part of the healing process might be cussing this motherfucker out. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. Alright. So, I feel guided to give, I'm gonna pull one card from here. Just one. Yes, remember I said something about pouring that cup into yourself? That needs to be truly balanced. That self-love there when I split the deck, we got you are learning that your capacity to love others is directly related to your ability to love yourself. And metamorphosis is here too. Like the caterpillar that emerges from its cocoon, you are about to get your wings. Love that. I think I saw the self-sabotage card. We're just gonna pull one from here, Spirit. Just one. Because I do want to make sure that we're almost 45 minutes into the first reading. So, because this, like I said, this is a twofer. We get 2 readings in one today, guys. I saw Obsession too. Yeah, so I am just getting this energy of like, you know, we're gonna do this one. And then we're going to move on to the next. Damn, I keep seeing the damn Obsession card. Shit. That card showed up mad times while I was shuffling. Spiritual growth is here too. Yes, this one card, Spirit. Yes, it's a twofer. I want to keep... Yeah. All of a sudden, the sun's like mad bright, guys. They are saying that you guys are obsessing about something. Stop obsessing. Coming from me, that means almost nothing, I guess, but the person who probably obsesses more than anybody. It says, it is time to get out of your head and back into your heart. Empath. Yeah. See, and this is part of the thing. You guys care so much about other people. It's that empath energy. Hold on to other people's shit. It says you may be confusing other people's energy with your own here. So be careful with that. And Old Soul is here. What does it say? You have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. It's kind of giving me like Akashic Records vibes too. Oof. Excuse me. So ladylike, I know. Alright, so let's get one card from here, Spirit. And then we're gonna move on to the second portion of the reading. I'm thinking, should I do a time stamp in the comments later when I post this up? You know, some people might want to watch the whole thing, and some people might want to see segments, so I might time stamp it. Self-love officially here. Hi, mommy. You stop scratching. You know, feel better. We have a scratch and post for that reason. Um, you are learning that your capacity to love others is directly related to your ability to love yourself. It's officially here again. Here again. Oof. Nourishment. It's in the reverse. I see where you're going with this, spirit. You guys are talking to me too. You are being asked to take time out for self-care. So we have self-love and self-care here. Is that a segue into another reading? Maybe tomorrow, spirit? Self-love and self-care. I haven't done one of those in a while. Maybe I'll do it as a pick an emoji reading. I was thinking about doing that before. Source, and we talked about relying on source a lot more because I feel like that connection with you and source is going to be so important throughout this process. It says, your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. Yes, 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 yes. Love that. And education. Here, is that Alice Cooper, right? We don't need no education. Leave those kids alone. I hear that. Education is an important part of your soul's development at this time. That's what I'm getting. So, yeah. Learning, right? Living, learning. You know, learning how to love oneself a little bit more. You know, learning how to love oneself just a little bit more every day. A little bit more every day. What do you always say, Mati? Even if it's just 1%, right? Doing something just 1% more than what you did yesterday. I love that. I love when you say that at the end of your readings. But yeah, definitely this energy of, you know, taking better care of oneself is a big, big thing. That's what I'm picking up on. Ow. My bra. I need to get new bras, guys. I think it's time. I've been like, but they're so expensive. I'm like, no, this bra's fine. And I'm like, starting to like dig a little bit the underwire. I'm like, oh, ouch. Okay. Like, yeah, I think it's time. All right, lovies. Let's see. So that concludes the first portion of the reading. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and then I will be right back to start up the second portion of our reading. So just give me 1 second, guys. Rand, that means that you're gonna have to move, my love. She's just been like, she either stays right here, right in front of my lap, because I'm like crisscross applesauce right now, or she walks right here. She's right there. She has like a little blanket over there that she lays on. All right, mommy, I have to go to the bathroom. All right, I'll be right back, guys. She said pee like it. I am a champion. I am a champion of the pee potty. No. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so crazy. I'll be right back. 1 second. Right, I'm just gonna unplug the phone so it might be a little bit easier to move my tripod out of the way so I don't trip over the wire. Okay. All right, guys, I'm back. Let me just plug the phone back in so it doesn't die while I'm reading. Thank you for your patience. All right. Camera back where it was. Back. All right, guys. Thank you for being so patient and understanding. So yes. Now we are going to look into the June part of the reading. Let's pull this a little closer. Y'all have to be seeing all my gut and stuff like that. Try to keep that covered. All right, so let me see. Do I have a pen nearby? Probably not. Of course not. When I need one, I don't ever have one. I usually have one like right on the coffee table, and then like now I'm like, oh, nope, no such luck. All right, what is the time? 50. I could remember that. 51 minutes. All right, so I was guided to read from Byron. I have two decks in here, and I'm like drawn to both. Maybe I'll read from both. All right, fuck it, why not? I'm gonna start with the Ascending Life Oracle. Hey, blessings, what's up, girl? Hey, girl, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You came at a nice time. We're about to start the June forecast portion of this reading. We looked into the blue moon, and now we're going to look into this. All right, so I'll pull like three from here. Kind of like a similar setup from before, but this time I'm going to actually pull from tarot. I didn't pull from tarot at all on the first part of the reading. I did just see karmic justice come out. Oh, shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. My nose is itchy, and it's the right side. Goodness. Very itchy. One more shuffle, spirit. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, starting off the June energy, we have up in the air here on the bottom of the deck. It says, not knowing where you stand, situation or decision still undecided, uncertain about something, lacking stability. So things might just feel a little bit, a little meh, a little meh. You guys said 5:55, and I was picking up on 5 earlier. That's kind of crazy. I mentioned the number 5. Yeah, so all those 5s, that's definitely about change. Change is in the air. Renewal on the top. Wow. Powerful inner transformation. Leave old flames. Embrace the new. Release of energy and emotions, and playing with fire. Now the sun's like in my eye again. Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. You couldn't sleep. I really hope that your doctors are able to help you soon. Get you some relief. You have self-image in the middle of the deck. It says improving your self-image, focusing on what you can change, superficial confidence, and insecurity issues. So I am picking up on something with that, because we talked about like self-love and self-care like at the end of the other part of the reading. So I am kind of getting this energy of like maybe you guys are trying to do stuff for yourself, but just understand that change isn't just superficial, right? Change starts a lot deeper than that. And I'm saying that as somebody who I have been that type of person where I'm like, oh, I'm making all these changes on the outside. And then like get kind of caught up on the doing the deeper inner stuff. So prime example, oh, I'm gonna eat better, I'm gonna lose some weight, and you actually do all of those things, right? But like that's very like surf. It could be. I mean, it can help you, more internally, but sometimes it's like depending on our reasoning for why we do it. When I looked up 5505, can't make this shit up. Ask yourself, why are you doing certain things when it comes to changes you're making? Are you doing it for something that's really more meaningful, or is it because of something superficial? Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like when I say, "Ooh, I need to lose weight," I'm not saying it because my doctor's telling me to say, "Oh, bitch, you getting fat, you need to lose some goddamn weight." I'm saying it because like I don't look like I used to look. I've told you guys on here before. For those of you, you know, who have been on here for a while, I used to be 110 fucking pounds. Even after I had my son, that was me. That wasn't spirit. 5 5 5 5. Can't make this shit up. Like, no, for real. I'm telling you. Like, I used to be so small and but healthy. Like, you know, I was very skinny, but like I was still healthy. You know what I mean? Like, my doctors never had concern about or anything. My blood work was always good and stuff like that. So like they weren't concerned. I was a skinny person. Had a high metabolism. I was built like my dad. So it's like, and then I had my son, and I only during my pregnancy I gained what? I gained like about 30 pounds, less than 30 pounds. I think I gained less than 30 pounds during my pregnancy. And then I lost the majority of that, and then I was at a consistent 120. I was like, ooh, I like this extra weight because I wanted to gain weight, but I could never gain weight. So I was like, ooh, I like this. This is nice. So, you know, I'm 5'7". I'm like, ooh, I'm 120, you know. Got the girls looking nice or whatever, a little bit bigger. They were like a D cup. I'm like, oh, my little booty kind of popping out a little bit and stuff like that. And I felt pretty good. I tried out for America's Next Top Model and stuff like that. I didn't make it, obviously, but like I did try. um, and then like you know, so that was what when I was in my early 20s, and then I don't think it wasn't until like about 25 where I started to put on weight more consistently, and then like it was like one of those things where it's like okay, every few years, like or every year, like a few pounds here, and I liked it at first, but it was my doctor even was like, okay, you're rapidly putting on weight now, like you're getting to that point where it's like, okay, why is there so much weight being added like every year? And I'm just like, I still feel comfortable. I was like, whatever. Well, now here I am at like almost 200 pounds now. Again, no shade towards anybody, who is around that weight. I'm not saying it in a bad way towards anybody, but it's talking about my own body and what I know my body is supposed to be. I am not meant to carry this much extra weight, and that's where the concern comes in, because the cholesterol is high, and all the weight is in the middle area and things like that, right? Like, my legs are still super skinny, my little arms are still super skinny, like, so all the weight is in the midsection. That's the concern. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about anybody, like, because the weight on the scale is one thing, but when your doctors are telling you, hey, there's a concern here, we have to listen. So I bring that up because apparently Spirit wanted me to say something about this. um, and the fact that change is not just superficial things. So yes, losing weight and all that stuff, very cool, but like, or gaining weight, whatever the case, right? Getting in shape, blah blah blah, but make sure that you're not just doing it for superficial reasons. I know that seemed like such a mouthful because I just kind of went on and on a little bit, and I was trying not to do that, but Spirit wanted me to point these things out, so I did. So back to our regularly scheduled program. So we're gonna get like 3 cards from here. So your looks and things like that, or just like worrying about, like, not worrying about, but like focusing on, you know, overall, like, what can I be doing right now for myself? Seems like it's the thing. All right. Let's see what else the Spirit have to say. Renewal is here again, but it's officially on the spread. We have powerful inner transformation. Leave old flames, embrace the new. Release of energy and emotions, and playing with fire. Some of you guys might like doing like fire magic, so like candles and stuff like that. Let me know if that resonates. everybody likes, different things when it comes to like, manifesting and stuff like that. But I am getting something like that. Once again, like there is a card that actually is the Phoenix card in this deck, but it's kind of giving me that vibe, even though it's not the card. Like coming up from the ashes, right? Like this big, big transformation is what I'm picking up on. So let's get like two more from here, Spirit. I saw this while I was shuffling, and I mentioned it. Karmic justice. Wrongs made right. You will be vindicated, getting what you deserve, and learning karmic lessons. So maybe a part of your renewal process is this balancing of scales slash learning some very important lessons that had to be learned through karmic debt is what I'm picking up on. Hi, we have somebody here. Christiana. It's a pretty name. This is just a collective message, my love. So if you want to stick around and see what the month of June might be looking like for you, by all means, you can stick around. And if not, totally understandable. So it's all up to you. But this isn't a personal reading today. All right, let's get one more. All right, so the card that just came out, we have brick wall. It says unsurmountable obstacle, blocked for your highest good, not able to make progress, and time to do things different. So, you know, with this karmic, energy, right? That's a part of the journey. Is what I'm picking up on. It might have felt like you hit a wall, but you were meant to hit that wall because there was something that you needed to learn in order to transform and work on yourself. Is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, this was a part of this was a part of the stepping stones we have on the bottom of the deck. It says stepping stone. Taking one step at a time. Don't rush the journey. Gradual building on success and the start of something bigger. Bottom of the deck. Underneath that, we have contracts. Important legal matters, agreement between two parties, making something official, and application slash signatures. So what I'm kind of getting right now is this energy of this contract that you were bound to, that's about to break because of that karmic justice. This is going to be this was something that was the brick wall. This was the thing that was like keeping you from where you're meant to go. But now you're about to be able to kind of use this as a stepping stone. I heard the word pillar. A pillar of sorts to kind of rise above all the shit that you've already been through, right? It's a part of the renewal. I'm definitely picking up on like that Phoenix energy. Teamwork, so it's on the top of the deck here. So some type of partnership or something that you had to kind of rid yourself of. It says a partnership to complete a goal. Someone will come to your aid, expanding your network and delegating tasks. So I will say, hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys. It's been confirmed. You guys are fucking terrible. I freaking sorry. It's my. I'll figure that out when I get there. I ordered my medicine when I was at my job, like for delivery or whatever, and they're just now texting me saying, "Oh, it's been confirmed." So when the fuck is my shit gonna get to me? Because like now I'm busy. Like I can't stop what I'm doing right now. Fucking assholes. See, it took me out of my they took me out of my element. I'm trying to be on a good path here. We have soulmates here. Harmonious partnership, a powerful love, soul family groups, a bond that helps you grow. So I am getting like, getting out of this, whatever this was. It will allow you to be in touch with the people who you're meant to be around. if that makes any sense, because we did pick up on that energy earlier of, like, this was like the earlier part of the reading, with that blue moon energy. So I'm feeling like this could be a piggyback, which makes all the sense in the world. Um, but yeah, there could be a piggyback energy here where it's like now you're going to be coming in terms with the people who are. I'm going to pull one more from here. I just feel drawn to do so. Spirit's telling me to. But yes, they want you guys to, focus on those relationships. Yeah. This came out like it came out in my hand like this, like crossing. So it says hot mess, disorderly habits, untidy mind, chaotic messy situation, feeling miserable and unhappy. Yeah. And being irresponsible. So, and it came out like this in my hand, like it literally spun like in a position where it was like crooked here in my hand like that. So this is letting me know if that was your situation, you're getting out of it, or the person that was in your life that was causing, is that more of the truth, Spirit? Because you guys are just with the sun, my goodness, so bright. Like it goes in and out, in and out. So interesting. It seems like every time there's like a really big point to make, then the sun's like, it's gleaming in here. But it could be somebody who was like a hot ass mess in your life. And the thing is, it's like you got all this positive energy coming in, right? It's like it says good news, messages, texts, phone calls. Someone has something they need to say, needing to communicate clearly, and being open to listening. Top of the deck, we have finances. So there could be something about that happening with finances. That's a good thing. I'm sorry, I'm just reading these messages. And I'm happy you're willing to listen, Christiana. I love that name, so pretty. Oh, yeah. See, I'm with Walgreens, and like they're okay with that part. But the problem is this: since I don't have a car right now, um, I've been doing the delivery service. So it's a hit or a miss. Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's fucking shitty. So like the past the last time what ended up happening was, I'll say this really quick and then I'll get back to the reading. The last time, like I did everything and then like my prescription was supposed to be here by 4 o'clock, never showed up. So I called them at like 5 o'clock, and I'm like, hey, so I was told that my medicine should have been here by 4, and I've been waiting for it, and they're like, oh, something happened on our end, and blah, blah. We're gonna do that right away. So it came after that within the hour. But I'm just like, but like I paid for a service, like I just need to get this in control, basically. But I was not cool about it. Now it's like something similar to that. Like what the fuck? Like it can't be that fucking hard. If any of you guys are pharmacy technicians, let me know. Let me know, because I don't know. Like I do DoorDash and all that stuff at my job, so I'm like, it's the same concept in my mind. I'm like, okay, because my prescription was already filled. It wasn't like they had to do anything. It was already there. So it's like I paid for my shit. I want it delivered, and it's already a big gap. You can't schedule when it comes or anything like that. So it's like I'm like, okay, I scheduled it on purpose in my mind where I'm like, oh, it should take it should be like a 3-hour window, and now they just received it and say, oh, we're gonna do it now. And it's like, now when the fuck is it gonna actually get here? Because it's like I'm doing this, I'm busy, like I don't want to have to fucking stop what I'm doing to go get my meds. Like that's fucking stupid. But anyway, all right, let me shut the fuck up and just do the reading. I'm sorry. All right, guys, we have toxicity here in the middle of the deck. It says toxic situation in people. It's time to purge having a toxic mindset and dead end relationships here. Oh my god, so fucking annoying. So annoying. So yes, toxicity, right? We're removing ourselves from toxicity is what I'm getting for the month of June. crazy. All right, let's get 3 from here. I did see the bridge card try to come out, but it was like, I felt it was like a thick little pile. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing all those. But the bridge card, I know that's about like a transitional period, so it could be a transitional period. I got 2. I could work with 2, but all those other cards, my gosh. All right, so we have dream, 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 dream. Things that may or may not be possible, but are always desired or wished for is here. Excuse me. Along with obstacle. A situation that makes it difficult or prevents something from happening. So there could be like this, again, like this blockage, right? This energy. Those came out together for a reason. You feel blocked. And the thing is, it's like they're saying, so we have basically 2 different decks at this point saying, like, so cards came out together that, yes, there was a blockage, but the things that you've been wanting to go towards are about to start coming together. Even if it feels like a very stuck energy, it feels like that only because of the fact that there's something that needed to be done first. A lesson needed to be learned or something along those lines. This is the mad cards. But guess what? Only 2 cards of all those cards that just try to fall out. Only 2 of them came out upright. So we have solution here. It says, let's see. It says a strategy or an answer found to overcome a problem or challenge. One of the cards, along with, and they're coming out in the groups of 2s I'm noticing right now. Cold-blooded, self-interested, threatening individuals and influences. So there's a snake in your energy, right? And it makes a lot of sense, right? Karmic debt, karmic, lessons. Somebody who, they put a blockage, or what was, presumably an obstacle or a blockage in your life, that throat chakra, like they're saying, oh, they were never really that big of a problem. It could have been a perceived problem, and you're realizing, oh, there was always a solution. But now it just took for you to learn a lesson to get to that point. Yes, wise. Wise on the bottom of the deck. The revelation of the unknown, having knowledge, having experience. You can't make this up even if you wanted to. I'm like, no, there was something that needed to be learned. What the fuck is on the bottom of the deck? I don't even think I've ever seen this card before. That's crazy. What's on the top? Message. This person might come and contact you or something. Unexpected or unexpected news, communication or reconciliation. They might want to try to, like, I heard settle the score. They might want to try to come in, confirmation. They might want to try to come in with some type of communication with you to try to settle the score, fix everything. And the thing is, this person is still a snake. So you have to use your wisdom that you gained. We talked about wisdom. Use your wisdom to know that this person does not necessarily mean you well. Wheel of Fate here in the middle of the deck. It says fate continuously moving in a cycle or completely breaking free from a certain loop. That part is up to you. Hey, Care Bear, what's up, my love? Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you again. Hope you're doing well, my love. Yes. So yeah, there's this energy of, again, feeling like maybe there was something that you couldn't figure out what the hell to do about it, and now finally realizing, oh, this is the problem. This situation, this person is the problem. I have to shed that skin, because that's the other message I'm getting from that skin. I mean that skin from the snake. The snake, even though it's talking about like a cold-blooded, malicious energy in your aura, so to speak. The other part I'm getting is also like this energy of you guys doing some shedding. So let's get one more from your spirit. came out. Challenged. What is this? Bridge. It says a transition to a new situation, environment, or event, supporting movement and I was gonna say progress. Progress. Somebody likes like talking randomly in a British accent, or they have one, and because it happened twice already while I've been reading, out of nowhere. I'm just like, where is this coming from? Somebody, and I also just picked up on the Beatles. Somebody like the Beatles. I mean, in my mind, I'm like, who doesn't like the Beatles? But not everybody likes the Beatles, you know? I love them personally. But somebody could be like a fellow Beatles fan or something like that. Getting that. I just also saw like, ugh, not my cup of tea, but I also just saw like somebody eating like toast with baked beans. Let me know. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. You know, not my cup of tea, but you know, somebody might like that. That might be somebody's thing. Just not mine. We have cross here on the bottom of the deck. It says religious belief, spirituality, surrender, prayers. The battle is between good and evil. So definitely was picking up a very not so great energy of whoever this person is. Sorrow is here. A deep emotional pain and unhappiness, a feeling of sadness caused by past actions, decisions, and events is here. Yeah, I can't get jiggy with the Care Bear. I just can't. I'm not judging people who can. Maybe I just have to try it. It's just I just don't see how that's appetizing. I don't understand it. We have Moon here. Mystery, intuition, illusions, hidden truths, dreams, emotional cycles, and the subconscious mind is here. Here in the middle of the deck. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's do a little actual tarot because like we've only really read from the whatchamacallits, the oracle cards, but I mean, the fact that when I'm taking the cards out, like the deck was like this, like as I'm taking the cards, I'm like, "What was this?" And I landed on this Ace of Swords. So I mean, they could be just saying, "Hey, everything you're saying is true." Like, you know, yes, you know, it's cool to rely on us sometimes, but everything that you've been saying so far is copacetic. So we're gonna do like quick little 3 card spread. I'm not even gonna go crazy. Ooh, judgment as I'm shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. I'm also getting people who lost sleep over all this stuff. Like, yeah, no, we're not doing that shit anymore. We're not doing that. Gotta stop, man. Gotta stop. Yeah. Justice. Confirmation there. Karmic justice. One more shuffle spirit. Rennie Ren, you've been with me the whole time, Mama. Hi, baby. Y'all heard that? Hey, baby. Aw, hi, Mama. Hey, baby. My mommy. I love you. Queen of Pentacles. So that's somebody who's like, they could be generous, but they're also very stable. You know, in their bag, getting their shit together. I can dig it. I like that. I like that. Ooh, and King of Wands here. Leadership. Some of you, let me know if this resonates. Did any of you guys get a promotion recently? Or a raise? Let me know in the comments. Ooh, damn. Queen of Wands too. Sheesh. Let me know in the comments. I'm picking up on somebody like who might have got a raise or something, or had like a review at work recently, and one of the things that came up in your review was that you're a really good leader, or they want you to like look into doing bigger things at work. Let me know if that resonates. That's for somebody. That's not gonna be for everybody, but let me know if it does resonate though. All right, Spirit. What is the recent past energy? Recent past. All right. Knight of Swords. All right. So, in and of itself, that card could represent like a lot of like movement forward, like seizing opportunities, going towards what it is that you want. Um, the only thing with that card that worries me sometimes when I see it is a hasty energy at the same time. Um, but I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing. It's like I think it's just kind of like diving in, like head first. Like I'm just gonna go for it. It's giving me that. So like for in the recent past, some of you guys might have done that or been thinking about doing it. Let's see what's on the bottom. Um, Five of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Three of Cups on the top. And Five of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is you might have already done this and it didn't put you in a good position. So maybe this is like a warning, like saying, hey, you went after something in a way that, it made sense in that moment, but maybe it was just too quick. You know, too quick of I heard quick turnover is what I just heard. So let's say you went into a job and you're like, oh yeah, this is like what I'm meant to do or something. This feels good. I knew she was gonna come in eventually. My soully, I was hoping that you were gonna be here at some point or another. The Phoenix Priestess, my loves. Check her out, my baby. Love her, adore her. Definitely check her out. Love her. Yep. Mentioned you about 3 or 4 times, my love. Your what was the quote? Your reputation precedes you. I was like, I really hope she pops in at some point. Amazing person and amazing reader. More than just a reader. I will say that. More than just a reader. A reader. If you just want a reader, no, no. She is way deeper than that. Just like all of my other girls I've mentioned too. Like they're way deeper than that. Like it's, you're gonna be like, damn. I feel like I got a counselor, freaking priest, all these people are like wrapped into like, no, for real. Like you gonna go to these people and be like, damn, like the fuck? Like they're a spiritual guru and all these things is wrapped into one fucking person, like one little package. Like how did I get this lucky? Earth angels walking amongst us, guys. just saying. But yeah. So I am getting this energy of, there could have been like this, in the recent past, like this something where, maybe you just kind of push things a little too quickly. And it's like, and it happens, right? It happens to the best of us. And, we realize, even though our intentions could have been good, we're like, oh, maybe I made that move a little too quick. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those kind of situations is what I'm picking up on. This moved a little too fast on an opportunity. Sometimes it's okay to temper ourselves, right? Be able to, you know, take a moment, take a step back and say, okay, weigh the pros and the cons and all these different things. I feel like some of us, I'm going to say us because I've been in this situation before where, especially when it's like people we care about and stuff like that, we're just like, damn, let's go for it. And it's like, no, spirit is like, you should have took your time. Okay? So, slow down a little bit is what I'm picking up on. Slow down. And it's okay. Right? So they really want, I'm going to say us to learn our lessons here when it comes to moving too quickly and acting too quickly. I'm getting like, I just picked up on this. Some of you guys might have, left a job to go to another job because you hated the first job. Went to the other one. They sold you a whole hope and dream, and you got there and you were like, "This is fucking terrible," and you wanted to go back to the old job. I'm getting something like that. Sometimes the grass is not always greener, right? We have to, make sure that we you know, look at all the things, do our research and things like that. I'm picking up on something like that. Again, let me know if it resonates. But I did pick up on something like that. Exactly. That's right, Care Bear. That's right. All right. What's the current energy? Ooh. Those scales are balancing, so we have more than what I think 3 cards representing that type of karmic justice type of thing came out. Those scales are about to start to balance. You know, there was something that had to happen a certain way for you to get to this point. Is what I'm picking up on. Um, it allows for you to gain a sense of wisdom. Yeah. Now it sucks that you had to go through that experience, right, to get to this. Like that's so annoying. Nobody wants to go through all this shit. But guess what? Guess what? Part of the that lesson that had to be learned possibly could have been the fact that you had to learn how to let go. That's what I'm picking up on. The things that have been keeping you feeling like this. That Five of Pentacles is here again. The things that have been making you feel stuck, right? Especially when our emotions are attached. It piggybacks off those chakra. It piggybacks off of the that first part of the reading, right? Because remember, this is a twofer. So you had the blue moon energy that we looked into, that post blue moon energy, and now we're looking into this, and it's like it's definitely kind of a little bit of a segue, and this is giving us a little bit of a deeper dive of what might have been already happening. Ooh, Spirit wanted me to see this. Two of Wands. That's about choices, but it's also about like putting the action behind your choices. What's this? Yeah. In order for you to grow, Empress here, and the Hierophant is also there. They're like going like that. I feel like Spirit is just saying, like, this is like a test in a way of, like, the things that you thought you knew, right? Testing your knowledge. So that you can be able to get to that point where you're able to say, okay, well, these are things that, I had to learn from. We talked about that sense of learning earlier. I'm getting that there was something that had to be learned to get to this point, right? To be able to learn how to move forward. Understanding what you do and don't want. The energy you want around you and what you don't want around you. Yeah, something like that. Tell us more. Right, so the likely outcome is an interesting card. The Page of Cups. Very interesting card. I'm getting somebody might come in with like an apology. Yeah, I'm getting somebody might come in with an. That's what it is. Someone's gonna come in with an apology soon. But just be mindful of people who try to sell you a hope and a dream. So, prime example, if because we were picking up on possible job stuff, right? If when you're trying to leave a job, hear me out. If you're trying to leave a job or you've been thinking about leaving a job, what I'm picking up on is when you do that, they're gonna try to one up the competition. They're gonna try to one up the competition so that they can keep you. But the thing is, everything is still gonna be this fucking shit. The same. Like, it's selling you a hope and a dream. And I was picking up on that even earlier. I mentioned it. So I'm definitely getting this energy of like, just be mindful of people who come in trying to act like everything's, copacetic, everything's cool. Like, oh, no, let's talk about it. Like, make sure, like, if there's contract, oh, this is what I'm picking up on, guys. If there's contracts or anything involved that have to be signed or anything like that, definitely read everything over. Have your own lawyer. I'm getting like cross off your T's, dot all of your I's. I'm getting all of that. Like fine tooth comb, look through the whole fucking thing. No bullshit. Don't let nobody gaslight you into nothing that you don't want to be a part of, because you're gonna end up losing out on this Ace of Pentacles, because there's definitely some energy of that. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Queen of Cups. Now, what has showed up initial was with the deck the first time. It's probably not going to show up this time, but let's see what happens. It was the Page of Pentacles. Yes, but we do like this too, though. Six of Wands. You could be victorious in this. Yeah, but you gotta stand. You see how the decks look like that? Stand your ground. Seven of Wands. Like, fuck that. Let's talk money, baby. Fuck out of here. Money talks and bullshit walks. Let's get one more from here. Like I said, this is going to be different for everybody. So, take the messages as they resonate. But, yeah, don't let nobody play in your fucking face. Yeah. Knight of Cups. People who want to come in with emotions. They know how to, like, tug on heartstrings and shit like that. No. Oh, you're so good at what you do, so... Like, no. I know I'm good at it. Pay me, nigga. Like, don't fucking play in my face. Because you've been through this already. Let's not do it again. Let's not play that game again. Keep that guard up. You've been through enough. Fuck that shit. There it goes. It was in the middle of the deck before, too, and now it's in the middle of the deck again. Thank you, Spirit, for bringing it back out. The Page of Pentacles. These motherfuckers. They just be doing anything, don't they? What do you think, Ren? Ren. She looked at me like, hi. What do you think about these people doing all this? Like, crazy, aren't they? She looking at me like I'm crazy too. She's like, Mom, are you okay? Like, I'm a cat. I'm a cat. And like I said, everybody's situation is different. Like, for some of you, you're going to go through this, and for some, it's like, it could be something completely different. But I'm picking up on something money matter wise for this, like, this June forecast thing. The other stuff, like, from the blue moon was just like a very, like, clear cut, straight to the point, like, oh, you guys have people in your life, especially people who you're emotionally attached to, who you're learning how to distance yourself from, because there's a imbalance when it comes to, the effort, right? How much you extend and things of that nature. Learning how to pull that energy back so that you can focus on giving it to yourself. That's a quick synopsis of what the first part of this reading was. The second reading, however, like the June part, that's looking very different for different people. I do feel like that people are learning like a karmic lesson about something or somebody who kept them feeling stuck and bound for a long time. But this is like your come up. You're like, yeah, fuck this. You know what I mean? And boundaries was a big part throughout this whole reading. Learning how to set those, and it actually showed up more than once throughout. Yeah, boundaries is a big part. All right, what we got here? Bottom of the deck, we have long road ahead. It says, you are stepping onto a path that may demand more than you are ready to give. This journey is not impossible, but it may test your limits at every turn. I heard Long Winding Road by the Beatles. And I kept picking up on the Beatles today during this reading. I heard more than one Beatles song. So somebody likes the Beatles. I'm picking up on freaking baked beans on bread or toast or whatever. Wild. Like, somebody might really like this. Or be British or something. Alright, Spirit. Let's get like 2 from here. Let's get like 2. I've got 1. Magic of Belief. Ooh, you guys are a fucking unicorn. Awesome. You're amazing. When you believe in the magic of the universe, you activate portals beyond the reach of logic. Your energy expands and your vibration shifts, unlocking new dimensions of possibility and serendipity. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Let's get a couple more from here. Oh, let's get one more from here. And then I have another deck I wanted to read from. And I think that should be it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this reading. Um, this is a pretty good one. I enjoyed delivering this message. I just hope that you guys, the messages that have been delivered have resonated with you. Alright, oh god. These cards are always a hit or a miss for me because it's like, on one end, it's like, yes, I do believe in reconciliations and healing and all that stuff. But sometimes I'm like, no, fuck that. Not everybody is meant to be reconciled with, but we have reconciliations. Read the card, see what it says. Time, space, and disagreements may have caused distance, but reconciliation is an invitation to meet again, not as who you were, but as who you have become. So, I mean, if people are able to understand the importance of what it is that you have been doing for yourself, that's what I'm picking up on. Like, they cannot be on some selfish BS. Like, they have to meet you where you are, you know? That bridge, that gap. I'm getting like extending the olive branch. Like they have to be on the same page as you, and not like in a selfish way. Fuck it, yeah. We're gonna be selfish. Fuck it, yes, because you, for a very long time, you weren't the selfish one. You were the one who's always extending. It's time to reel that in and allow them to come to you now and be able to do their part. So fuck that. You know, there are times where we are called to be selfish, and that's okay. And don't beat yourself up for that. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel guilty. Um, 369 is resonating with me right now. The Holy Trinity. Let me know if that resonates for anyone. As we talked about as we talked about apologies on the bottom of the deck. Wow, this is crazy. Apology. An apology is on its way, or you are being called to offer one. Words carry the power to mend what has been broken, but only if they come from the heart. Exactly. Where does this reconciliation come from? And I said something about extending an olive branch. Like, come on now. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Recognition. We talked about recognition in the first part of the reading, right? It says recognition. The world is taking notice of what you bring to the table, whether it comes in the form of awards, accolades, or praise. Let this be the reminder that you are capable of great things. Exactly. And that's the thing too that you have to be mindful of, is what I'm picking up on. Don't let people just come back into your space trying to reconcile with you because of what it is that you have to offer. If they are coming back to gain something from you, that is not the energy you want. Gaining influence is here in the middle of the deck. Damn, there's a lot of this 3, 6, and 9 energy. You are gaining a platform, a following of individuals who are drawn to your message. It says this influence is a powerful gift. Use it to inspire, uplift, and create meaningful change. And we did talk about this in the first part of the reading, something about your voice, as my voice is like going out a little bit. I think some of you guys are still a little bit nervous about using your voice in that capacity, but you are meant to do that. You are meant to help others. You are meant to help others and help influence others. So use it. Use it. It's one of those things I totally understand, like, you know, I don't want to use the word fear, but like just this energy of like, you know, just, you know, sometimes not knowing what to do with, you know, that gift, right? I heard gift of gab. Some of you guys, this might really be really like, you know, great at, you know, public speaking or something like that. And, you know, maybe are being called to do something a little bit deeper with it. I don't know. Tati said what? Oh, literally talked about public speaking today. That's crazy. And you know it's funny because like I'm so afraid of public speaking. Like anytime like I had to do like presentations and stuff in college in those big ass rooms, and I'm just like, oh my god, I have to present in front of all these people. Like I will look and I would want to pee my pants. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking pee myself. Like, and I would like cry sometimes before I would go up there, because like sometimes I would cry during, and I'm just like, especially like, but I would use it as an excuse if it was like, you know, a mental health class or something, psychology or something, and I would cry. I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I'm just this topic means so much to me, and then they start crying and shit, and they're like, oh my god, this is kind of wild. Yeah, I've made people cry. They were to my face. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm crying up here like this, looking like a goddamn fool. Make y'all niggas cry too, shit. Fuck out of here. Y'all gonna make me look stupid up here. But oh my god, I hate public speaking. And it's funny because like I'm up here and I'm talking to you guys, but the difference is I don't know y'all and I'm not physically seeing you guys like staring at me. Y'all could be looking at me like, this bitch is weird. Like I'll probably be thinking that sometimes, like, strange, why do I even follow her? But you know, I love you guys. Love y'all. So bottom of the deck we have Old Soul here, and we saw this energy before because I'm using for some of the last messages. I'm using the same deck that we had before. I didn't grab the cards out or anything, but yeah. It says you have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years here. Oh, I hate public speaking. It scares the crap out of me. And the funny thing is, same thing with me, Care Bear, like with singing, like, because I sing all the time, like at home and stuff, just for fun. But it's funny because, like, I play stuff on here when I, like, you know, sing a song or whatever. But it's usually because, like, I'm channeling a song, so it's like I'm not thinking of it like, oh, I'm, like, actually singing. I'm singing, but not, like, really. And then, like, karaoke. All I need is a little bit of liquor, and I'm okay. I'd be up there, like, 5 times. Drunk singing, but still kind of doing a good job. But like my son always says, like, Mom, you should like take vocal lessons. His dad said the same thing too. Like, this is back when we were teenagers. His dad and I, like, he would say, oh, you should like take lessons. You have such a pretty voice. You just have to like, you know, fine tune it. I'm like, yeah, no. And like my dad or my parents, they didn't even know I could sing until I was like 11 years old. 11 or 12. Because of fear. Because of fear. We have fear here. It says, your fears are keeping you from moving forward into the life that you deserve. Interesting. Let's get 2 more from your spirit. But, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Because, like, it's too many. It's too many. It's like 5 cards. But, yeah, like, I feel like spirit is like keeps bringing this up for a reason. I'm getting somebody wants to put themselves out there musically or in some type of artsy type of form, karaoke, writing songs, performing songs, something, or spoken word poetry type of thing. I'm getting something like that, like somebody very artsy who just hasn't found the right platform or something to be able to put themselves out there. I don't know. Again, let me know if it resonates in the comments. I think about it all the time, but I'm like 40 years old now. I'm like, I think that time is coming on. But if I were ever to do it, I would want to do it with my son or my dad before, God forbid, when he kicks the bucket, because he's getting older. I have been saying for years, Dad, he watches my stuff sometime, Dad, if you hear this, I want to do a very like Cape Verdean jazz type of rendition of The Girl from Ipanema. They're Brazilian, we're Cape Verdean, like we could definitely make this work. That would be so cool. But yeah, Girl from Ipanema, I love that song. If you guys are into like bossa nova, let me know in the comments. Or somebody might have Brazilian um, ancestry. All right, so we have restless here. Restlessness. It says, find a way to calm the waters of your mind. I'm getting through music. I think that's why we keep talking about music, music, music. Well, all of a sudden, music is like coming up real strong right now. Young and tiny, young and lovely. Whoa, for the shy lights? No fucking way. Wow, that's so cool. Wow. Hi, Mariana. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, I love like learning like cool stuff like this about you guys. This is so cool. Love this. Like I learned that Lati, she used to do dance when she was younger and stuff. It's so cool. Yeah. Other fellow karaoke lovers over here and stuff. Yeah, something about music is like really, really strong right now. One more from your spirit. Ooh, what's in my package? Probably sound like they threw it right by the door. Because these niggas never freaking have any discretion of how they deliver the fucking packages. Thank God it's nothing crazy in there. I got a new deck though. We have Unwavering Faith here that came out. You have been asked to have faith in the unseen. 7-11 as I looked up. 7 folks watching and 11 likes. This is a very, very cool reading. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Tough Love is here on the bottom of the deck. It says, it is time to tell the truth about something you've been avoiding. And I mean, we saw a lot of things that could have been avoided, right? Wishful thinking. You are learning how to manifest the life that you desire. And middle of the deck, seeker of truth. You can feel the hidden truth behind your circumstances. Excuse me. So, quick little synopsis I just got from this last message, or this overall message from the for June, is this energy of you guys really learning how to kind of close out some cycles. You're really trying to come out of whatever the fuck this was. Some bullshit, for sure. You might have taken on an opportunity too quickly, or what you thought was an opportunity too quickly, moving hastily, and realizing that this was something that was going to cause a blockage, and it put you in a funk for a bit. But now you're realizing, you know what, I've got the power. I've got the power to, bridge the gap and, be a part of that solution, right? And throughout that whole process, you're also, understanding that people will try to come back around and, act like, oh, here we are, we're gonna work on this, like we're gonna bridge this gap, all this stuff. Like they're offering fake ass apologies and shit like that, and you're gonna have to be the one to say, mm-mm. Even when the fear kind of kicks in, where you think like, okay, yeah, well, maybe I need them in my life, it's time to have faith in yourself that you will be okay. Because some reconciliations are not really reconciliations at all. They could be something that will set you back. Fear not, my friends. Fear not. Yeah. You don't need these type of people in your life. I feel drawn to pull just a couple more cards. It's not like I usually like to end with like advice pieces, but for some reason I feel drawn to my African goddess deck. So I'm gonna pull from it. Even though it doesn't feel right to me, but that's like the OCD in me, because I do have like a system of how I read sometimes. But sometimes spirit is like, no, do things a little bit differently. Yeah, seasons. go through phases, we go through seasons where we have to do things a little bit differently. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what I'm getting. Wow. I greatly appreciate you guys for being here. You guys are amazing, and I'm so, like, I can't be more thankful for those of you who have been supportive and come in, even if it's just for a moment. Like, I know you can't always stay, especially like if a reading is a little bit longer, like this one, almost 2 hours in. But like the fact that you guys, show up and show out for your girl and my shenanigans, knowing how crazy I am on here, and y'all still be like, you know what? I'm gonna support her. I love her. I love you guys that much more. I can't even. I can't even. Thank you so much. We have soul forgiveness here. Yeah, soul forgiveness, forgiving yourself and people who've trespassed against you. Right? We've talked about this recently. Um, like people come in with their bullshit as love offers and apologies, which we just saw a little while ago, and we have to just recognize that I can forgive you, but I can still love you from a distance. Like the forgiving you does not necessarily mean that I'm welcoming you back into my life, right? There's always like this misconception that like, oh, if you forgive somebody, that means that you welcome them back in. No, that is not what that means. Sometimes it's the complete opposite, and there is nothing wrong with that. Being able to acknowledge when a ship has sailed is okay, and that sometimes is what is necessary for our resolution, right? We don't need to keep people around if they're not necessary anymore. Yeah, cosmic power. Step into your cosmic power, right? I'm getting a separate message right now. For some of you, I heard the word opposing. There could have been opposing, you know, energies that kept you and certain people from being with each other or being in each other's lives, whether it's people like friends, family. I'm kind of picking up on romantic partner for some, but the thing is, it's like as you work on this and that releasing, right, it bridges that gap to welcome in the people in your life that you're meant to be in connection with, including romantic partnerships. And that shit's gonna be cosmic as fuck. Cosmic power, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I'm getting yin and yang, like just like phew, this is gonna be fucking dope. It's gonna all make sense, especially with that number 2 there. Definitely a partnership, something really, really powerful there. He's been picking up on, and I love you guys so much. And this is something you're manifesting. And then I'm looking at this card, like she's like lifting up these. It looks like she's almost like lifting up these clouds, right? And then there's like, it almost looks like there's rain coming down. It took all the rain and the darkness and the hard times, I just heard when it rains it pours. Like when it rains it pours, but these are the things I'm channeling an Alicia Keys song. When it rains, it pours. Isn't life worth more? I don't need what I'm asking for. Sometimes you do what you gotta do just to make it through all the hard times. That something that face you. This is the life, striving to survive. It's off of her first album. It's a really, I butchered it just now, but like, yeah, from her first album. I think the song is called "This Is the Life" or something like that. It's a really good song, and it channels or not channels. It samples fuck. It samples fuck. Curtis Mayfield. It samples Curtis Mayfield. Yeah, from the Superfly soundtrack. So enough of that. Enough of me hurting your ears. But I am picking up on that. And then that number 9 too is kind of giving me like Nine of Wands a little bit, even though there's rain here, but I'm getting like Nine of Wands energy, like, you know, kind of like that energy of like a wounded warrior kind of. There is a wounded warrior energy in this card, but it's not showing up yet. Like, but it's what I'm picking up on. Let's see if there's any messages from here real quick. Yad. Awakening. Waking up, baby. If I ever have a daughter, and I highly doubt that's gonna happen because I think that my I think that my eggs and everything are all done, but I always wanted a daughter, and I had different names for a daughter if I ever had one, but the name that I most recently wanted for the past few years was Nia, which she is the goddess of the ocean, goddess of the sea. Such a pretty name and very meaningful. She's also the goddess of birth, life. So that name, I keep telling my son, if you ever have a daughter, please name her. Cause like I don't think I'm gonna have any more kids, but yeah, I'm getting too old for that. I've thought about it, but I'm like, nothing wrong with people who decide to say, oh no, I don't care. People 50 years old having kids, nothing wrong with it. Just I personally think that I am all done. Just based on how my body feels, I don't think I can do it. Brazen. That name sounds pretty too. Satira. Because I don't always read the names because sometimes I can't pronounce them. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But Satira, that sounds pretty. Brazen. Yeah. Somebody who's very brave. Very brave. I love that. Being brave in this phase right now, right? You know, you carried a lot. You've carried a big load for a long time. And you're brave because of it. Bigger, stronger. Yeah. I'm also getting like appreciating your body, your sensuality. That's what I'm picking up on. I'm gonna cover the card because there's some titties and pussy on the picture. But yeah, we ain't trying to get flagged. But yes. And then, you know, you guys were talking about Leo energy earlier, like how you have Leo in your charts and stuff. That fired up sensuality is what I'm getting to. Yeah, and you guys are also understanding that, you know, you're reaping the benefits of everything that you've been through. You're gonna start to reap those benefits. Ooh, desire is here. Sacred lust. My goodness. Some of you guys might need to get laid. Nothing wrong with that. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. And if you are celibate or anything like that. So wait, we have 3 Leo North nodes now? That's crazy. Because Jean and they are also Leo North nodes. So that's three Leo North nodes. That's crazy. What the hell? Because we talked about North node energy earlier in the reading. I think something flipped. Yes. What is this? Live out loud. So we have brazen and live out loud. Be unapologetically your motherfucking self. God damn it. Whew. Shit. Creativity. You guys are feeling really fired up right now in general. Like, ooh, my nipples just got a little bit hard. Good thing I have a bra on. Now let me stop. I'm crazy. Just a smidgen. But you guys feeling creative. It's also giving me like sacral chakra vibes. Sacral chakra and also a little bit of like solar plexus. And we did pick up on solar plexus. We didn't have sacral chakra, but now I'm like definitely something about creation and like willpower, feeling fired up to do something, right? Secrets revealed, Queen of Sheba here. Interesting. And shame. Let go of the shame. Let go of the shame. If there's anything that you've been, feeling like guilt or shame about, let that go. If that's been one of the things that's been keeping you from being your highest, most authentic self, let that go. Let it go. Easier said than done, I know, trust me. But you're being called to do so. I'm getting another message. This is, we did talk about like body image and stuff a little while ago. If any of you guys have been having body image issues when it comes to your breasts, whether they're too small, too big, too saggy, like whatever, this is a message that's coming in. I'm even getting somebody who's been thinking about doing a procedure for their breasts. If you're only doing it for aesthetic purposes, ask yourself why. Spirit wanted me to say this. Maybe that's why Spirit called me to read from this last deck, because like the other deck was supposed to be the last deck, and then Spirit told me to read from there. And it's the last card that we're looking at. So if any of you guys have been, again, worried about your breasts or thinking about augmenting them in some kind of way, and it's not for actual medical purpose, it's only for aesthetics, I am getting like, ask yourself a question, the real, true, deep down question as to, okay, so why am I doing this? Because if it's only for aesthetics, there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good about yourself and feel confident and things like that. But like, if there's pressures like that are putting you in that position, is what I'm picking up on. Just be mindful of that, because we should, I'm gonna say we, especially as women, most of the people who watch are women, not all, but most, and I mean, body image issues affect men too, so this still could be your message. I am getting this energy of just being mindful of asking the whys before you just do things. Like, when I ask myself, why do you want to lose weight so bad? Well, I was always very thin. And I'm not thin anymore. And I'm just like, and I just don't feel comfortable in my skin anymore. And I haven't felt comfortable in a very long time. So that's a big reason for why for me. Like, I don't want, an augmentation to my ass or anything like that. Like, if you were to ever say, oh, well, just get a, I talk about my butt being a little bit like a little pancake or whatever from time to time. And it's like, but if you were ever to suggest to me, oh, why don't you get a Brazilian butt lift? Absolutely not. Ew, no. Well, never. No. I'd rather have my little pancakes, but I would like to lose some weight in the places where it needs to be lost. In particular, my midsection. But like, no. I'll be okay. I'm okay with my little pancakes. My man will put some syrup on these bad boys in a hot second. It's perfectly fine. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? When I'm bent over, he ain't worried about that shit. Oops. But anyways, but I'm just saying, let's ask ourselves the questions as to why we feel the way we feel. Don't let society be the thing that dictates how you feel too much. You know what I mean? Like, it should come from somewhere a little bit more like, not so surface level. Like, part of the reason why I want to lose weight also is because I know that physically, definitely doing a self-care and self-love reading tomorrow. Spirit is definitely calling me to do it. But yes, so that will be the theme tomorrow. Spirit has already spoken. But yeah, like I explained it earlier, guys, I'm this big. I hated my weight. I hated it. And I hate it now. So it's like, the most comfortable I ever was probably around like 150. I was like, ooh. I still had a flat stomach. I was like, flat stomach, my booty's like up, nice titties. I'm like, okay, I can work with this. My waist and stuff. I was like, oh God, I could do this. But then just went downhill from there with all the eating and shit. Metabolism got slower and slower. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. Here we go. Now we're here. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna work on it. I'm not gonna be no 120 or no shit. Like, I don't even want to be that skinny again. I was too skinny. But yeah. But like I said, it's just asking ourselves, like, why are we doing it? Feeling and looking good is great, but do these things for bigger reasons is what I'm getting. Um, I'm making like light of the situation a little bit, but body image issues are a big deal for a lot of us. For 11, this now we're getting to something that's informative right now for people in 11 likes. Um, be informative about your decision making when it comes to whatever it is you're thinking about doing for yourself, whatever that is, especially if it's something about your overall appearance. Um, yeah. So let's, we're not gonna get too deep into it, right? But yeah, I think that kind of brings us right where we need to be, right? I think that came out well rounded. Spirit brought those things out for a reason, and yeah, you're beautiful. You know, you're beautiful. Look in the mirror and look at the things that are than the things that you don't like about yourself. Because body image is definitely coming up for me right now as a last message. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, okay, I might not like these things, but what can I appreciate about myself today? Being alive is a big one. Right? You too, Care Bear. Thank you for being here. Love you and appreciate you. Um, you're breathing, right? You're alive. That's something to be appreciative of. You know, if you have kids, you have stretch marks. That's something to be appreciative of. Those little battle wounds that you have because of your little badass kids. I'm just but you gave birth. You gave life. Your body did some. Your body, your physical vessel that you were created for, did something amazing. It carried babies. You know what I mean? If you have, saggy boobs, okay, so what? They breastfed a baby. You know what I mean? Like, your body did so many amazing things, Scars from, hard work. Wow, I got that scar from, when I was at work and I was working, doing X, Y, and Z. Wow, I worked my ass off that day. Like, I can use myself as an example, aside from just, being a mom and I have all these stretch marks and things like that. Like, I have scratches all over my body and bite marks and stuff from what I've been doing for going on 8 years, working with my kids with special needs. And I wouldn't have it any other way. You know what I mean? Like, embrace the beautiful things that you've done and don't forget what you've done. Allow those things to be something that motivates you and keeps you realizing the amazingness that you are. You are awesomeness walking every day. Okay. Walking, living, and breathing. Okay. Remember that. That's why we're going to do a little continuing tomorrow. I feel like Spirit guided me to say those last messages for a reason. I feel a little bit emotional, and I'm going to probably, end it here. But yes, exactly, Jean. Every scar has its story. Absolutely. So with all that said, my loves, thank you for being here. If you came in a little bit late, I'm gonna post this up in a moment, so you guys can always come back. And I remember the timestamp, 51 minutes, right? 51 minutes for the June part of the reading. So I'm gonna put a little timestamp in there so people, if they want to watch that part versus the other, blah 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 blah. You guys can watch the whole thing if you want. If not, perfectly fine. But I love you guys, and yes, you guys have a great rest of your evening. Eat a good dinner. Do something nice for yourself. Take a walk. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am a baddie. I feel great. I love myself. Anything that, allows you to feel good. Um, Yeah, that's something really sticking out about that. I think you guys don't appreciate yourselves enough, and I don't want to start crying on here. So let's call it an end. Let's call it an end here. All right, I love y'all.